Donald Trump's been making some strange picks for his cabinet. One of those picks came back to bite him yesterday in the form of Betsy DeVos. Betsy DeVos don't know us. She don't know. Why'd I have to start out cursing? I don't know. She's just a horrible, horrible, horrible pick, and I'm not editing it. First of all, it was Benrie Sanders who called her out for what? For being an elitist.
My question is, and I don't mean to be rude, but do you think if you were not a multi-billionaire, if your family has not made hundreds of millions of dollars of contributions to the Republican Party, that you would be sitting here today?
Senator, as a matter of fact, I do think that there would be that possibility. I've worked very hard on behalf of parents and children for the last almost 30 years to be a voice for parents and to voice for students and to empower parents to make decisions on behalf of their children, primarily low-income children.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think Bernie pretty much killed it with that, and there's like no coming back from it. She tried to come back. It didn't make sense. She sounded like a very bad beauty contestant. I think America is really great, and we would just be people who like people and work together. It was horrible. Not good at all. Tim Kaine also splattered what was left of her opportunity when he questioned her on various things like, do you like teaching?
In a 2015 speech on education, you were pretty blunt, quote, government really sucks. And you called the public school system a, quote, dead end. In order to clarify, you never attended a public school, K-12 school, did you?
Correct.
And your children did not either, correct?
That's correct.
And you've never taught at a K-12 public school, correct?
I've not, but I've mentored in one.
Okay. I worry about the effect of a leader who believes government sucks on the morale of the workforce. Teachers and others do better when their morale is high. Would you agree with me?
Absolutely, and I support great teachers.
And the attitude of a leader of an organization matters a lot to the morale of the workforce. Would you agree with me on that?
Absolutely.
If you don't really like our education system, nor like our structure of education, how are you supposed to inspire teachers? What's his name? Make sure we get this right. Senator Chris Murphy. Now, Chris Murphy has fought for legislation to get stricter gun laws ever since the Sandy Hook shooting took place in his state. Now, when he asked Ms. DeVos, what does she think about guns in schools?
Do you think that guns have any place in or around schools?
I think that's best left to locales and states to decide. If the underlying question is,
you can't say definitively today that guns shouldn't be in schools?
Well, I will refer back to Senator Enzi and the school that he was talking about in Wapiti, Wyoming. I think probably there, I would imagine that there's probably a gun in the school to protect from potential grizzlies.
Well, you know, I don't think most schools have to deal with grizzly bears coming into schools. Maybe eating your picnic basket. Betsy DeVos doesn't have a clear understanding of education or of grizzly bears. Also, she failed miserably with Al Franken, who was asking her, how would you like education to be balanced or rated or judged, proficiency or growth? And she didn't understand that argument.
And I would like your views on the relative advantage of doing assessments and using them to measure proficiency or to measure growth.
Thank you, Senator, for that question. I think if I'm understanding your question correctly around proficiency, I would also correlate it to competency and mastery, so that each student is measured according to the advancement that they're making in each subject area.
Well, that's growth. That's not proficiency. So in other words, the growth they're making is in growth. The proficiency is an arbitrary standard.
If they've reached a level, the proficiency is if they've reached a like third grade level for reading, etc.
No, I'm talking about the debate between proficiency and growth.
Yes.
What your thoughts are on that.
Well, I was just asking to clarify then.
Well, this is a subject that has been debated in the education community for years. And I've advocated growth as the chairman, and every member of this committee knows, because with proficiency,
looking back.
teachers ignore the kids at the top who are not going to fall below proficiency, and they ignore the kid at the bottom who, no matter what they do, will never get to proficiency. So I've been an advocate of growth. But it surprises me that you don't know this issue.
Didn't understand it at all. If you're going to be Secretary of Education, it'd be good for you to understand that. Also, Senator Warren. Senator Warren, I want to like you. You know, I want to like you again. She called out Betsy DeVos on not understanding simple ideas like you've never been in public schools. Your children never went to public schools. You never had to take a Pell Grant or any other type of loan. How could you possibly identify with all the families of all the people across the country who would depend on you to make sure that they can get an education? You don't know what it's like. You can't relate. So all this to say, Betsy DeVos is a horrible choice. I think even Trump supporters could pretty much come to that conclusion if they would be reasonable and actually look at this woman's testimony. Without money, she wouldn't be in this position. Benrie Sanders is right. Franken is right. She doesn't understand the intricacies of education. And Senator Warren was also correct. You out of touch? You don't need to be in that job. I'm Tim Black. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you on the next one. And Trump, you got to do better, bruh. Peace. That was a lot of information.